And and we're off. And a very good evening to RPM Esports F1 Mid Gear. I am RPM Spritzy, and we are at round 9 at Bahrain for Mid Gear. Tonight I'm joined by RPM Jones. Are you there, RPM Jones?
Yep, good evening, everyone.
A very good evening, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good. Hoping for some good racing.
Are you
Maybe not as much chaos as last night, but
are you
hopefully something good.
are you all recovered after your hectic race last night in low gear?
My heart rate's just about recovered. A whole 24 hours after the race, so
Yeah, that
but
was
it's very intense.
that was a very, very chaotic race last night. So, but we'll talk about that a bit later if we get a few minutes before we start. So we'll just put a bit of detail up on screen at the moment, and we will get rid of that. So before we start, as per usual, if any of the viewers in the chat could let us know if mine and RPM Jones's audio is correct, that would be greatly appreciated. We do have the possibility to tweak it during the stream, so if you could let me know that, that would be fantastic. Before we get into it, we will just take a quick look at the championship standings that you can see on screen now. So leading the championship in first place, we have RPM Boris in the Alpine with 160 points. Behind him, 22 points behind, not exactly 22 because he's got 138.5, is Lau in the Alpha Tauri. In third place, we've got Shigs in the Alfa Romeo on 128 points. Fourth, we've got Huss in the Red Bull. In fifth, we've got Cron in the Mercedes, joined on points with RPM Luke, VDM, in the Ferrari, also on 107 points, closely followed by Mirko on 104 points. You notice some half points there because we did have half points awarded because of an early race red flag. We've got Marko Solanovic in 8th place with 92 points, Eek Wow in 9th, and Declan in the other Red Bull in 10th place with 77 points. So really, really close in the top 10. In the Constructors' Championship, we've got Alpine leading the Constructors from Ferrari by just 5 points. So I can see we've got Colin joining us in the chat. Very good evening to you, Colin. Colin's going to be cheering on the Ferrari guys tonight of Luke and Craigo. So he'll be hoping to overturn that deficit. And I'm sure that team manager Richie will maybe not be in the chat, but maybe watching the stream a bit later. He's going to be wanting Ferraris to do well. So only 5 points between Ferrari and Alpine. We've got Alpha Tauri in third, 26 points behind on 234. Fourth is the Red Bull, and fifth is the Mercedes. In terms of the championship, just having a quick look, we are now on round 9 at Bahrain, as you can see. And after this, we have only 3 rounds remaining, which is Monza next week in Italy, RPM Jones's favourite track, followed by USA and the final round in Belgium. You will note there we've got the little icon for Italy, which means it will be a full quali next week in Monza. So Q1, Q2 and Q3, which will be great. And I know that the drivers really appreciated that when we did it in the opening round at Canada. So as we now return to the action, we will see who's on a lap. I'm sure that Jones is going to help me guide through, who's been watching the stream. Who have we got on a lap, Jones?
Yeah, so I'm just watching Lauer at the moment, obviously second in the championship. He's on a lap at the moment, still waiting for Boris to come out the pits, the championship leader. But it'd be interesting to see if we can get some quick bank laps on the board here.
We will. I'm just going to launch the TAS system, and
Flying Boy Val 127.2 there.
Just launch the TAS system, and just to confirm, in case anyone was wondering, it is a dry quali and a dry race, which is no surprise for Bahrain. So that's good.
Yeah, we've particularly well known for its rainstorms in the desert, is it?
Well, I don't know. In RPM, anything is possible, as I'm sure.
We saw last night.
As we saw last night, yeah. But we'll talk about that a bit later, I'm sure. So we've got Cron. Cron's gone fastest with a 127.8 Low gear's pole time last night was a 1:26.8, if I remember correctly, from Matt Johnston. So I would expect the mid-gear pole time to be somewhere maybe a few tenths quicker than that, maybe 3-4 tenths quicker. So the guys have started off quicker than the low gear guys did last night. So Law's done his lap. Who else have we got on a lap?
Well, I've just seen Harry in the chat has said about let's go Deck. Unfortunately for Deck so far, he came into the pitch just with no front wing, so I'm guessing he must have had a spin somewhere.
He did, and his teammate Huss has just gone into 6th place with a 1:27.5, so that's a good opening banker lap for Huss. Just going through some of the reserve drivers that we've got joining us tonight in mid-gear. So we've got Captain Meisel in 7th place. He's set a 1:27.5. We've got also Evil Master joining us or rejoining us as reserve driver. Evil's set a 1:27.3. I know that you are particularly a fan of Evil Masters, Jones, from way back when you used to race him, and he is in the Aston Martin tonight. So you'll be cheering him on, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think my issue with him before was just he was far too quick for me.
Oh, you are. You're too kind. You're too kind.
I tend to look like I've got the pit limiter on at all times. Yeah, so Rick had a spin there as well. It is very easy to spin on this track. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that, Spritzy, but I know I struggle around here. I don't know.
Has Backer paid you to say that?
He actually hasn't. There's been no comment, but I'm sure might find £5 coming in the post.
Yeah, just make sure that you check it's genuine, because I wouldn't trust him as far as I could drive against him. But yes, it is fair to say I did have a few issues with spinning like yesterday. One of my own doing and one not quite of my own doing. But I think my issues yesterday were more about safe rejoins than spinning. But yeah, I think this track does take a bit of time to rubber in. And even when it's rubbered in, I think that if you get on the gas a little bit too early, especially where Crago's going through there, that right-hander, it can catch a lot of people out, as it's just done there with Crago. He's invalidated that lap, so he won't be too pleased with that. But yeah, definitely, it caught a few guys out last night. I think that's fair to say. Traction. Yeah. I think traction was the... Because you get in a race and you sometimes get a bit impatient and you put your throttle down a bit too much, and before you know it, you've lost it. What I found about Bahrain is that when you do have a bit of a spin, it's quite a difficult track to correct with opposite lock. And I think once you've gone, as we found out.
Yeah. And I think the issue I was finding in the race was, I mean, I was trying to be very consistent, kind of leaving a lot in reserve. It's on the high fuel loads, it is very easy to spin because the car feels so much different on the high fuel loads, especially through that fast right-hander you mentioned.
Yeah, absolutely.
Flat out in qualifying and then half throttle in the race just to try and avoid anything.
I was also trying to be consistently bad. But there's always next week, as they say. Deck's on a lap. Just on board with Deck here. Yeah, not got the sector times coming up for Deck. He's gone a 28.0 in the first sector, so he's actually gone about the same time as Cron's popped it into first place. So he set the sort of similar, not quite the fastest sector, but it's 28.0. So Deck could be on. Let's have a look as he comes through the second sector now. 105.3, 37.5. So he's lost a couple of tenths to Cron in the second sector. I guess it's all about how you hook up this last corner and get that traction out onto the straight. Little bit of a spin there as Deck comes through with a 127.1. So that puts Deck up into third place. Who else have we got coming through on a lap?
We've got Boris has finally left the pits. but because he's got so much traffic behind him, he's had to slow right down for quite a few people. So I imagine he'll be going mad before the last corner trying to get those tyres warm again.
Boris has probably been in the pits listening to his Metallica music with his headphones on, nice and cool, championship leader. Let's say that he might be saving a set of tyres, of course, because we never know what we're going to get from a safety car point of view.
Maybe we'll see some heavy metal racing from Boris tonight then.
We might do tonight. Well, pressure's on. And his teammate's not done a lap either, Marco. So Marco's also, maybe they're listening to it together in the garage. But Boris is out now. Let's. Oh, as always, Rick puts in a 27.3. So Rick's got his banker lap in, and there you go, Cron with a 126.8. So the bar has now been set by Cron. Great lap from Cron. Great lap from him.
Yeah, and Cron in 5th in the championship. Hopefully, he'll be hoping he can get the maximum points here just to catch up with the front runners going into the last 3 rounds.
Yeah, well, I think Cron has got a bit of good momentum. I think the key to this track is to hope that there's minimal safety cars from the back of the field for the front runners. Shaq's done well. Shaq's up into 6th place with a 127.2. We're on board with Rick, but Rick's gone 6/10 slower, so he must be on an in-lap as we jump to Boris. Let's have a look what Boris is doing. He's gone a 28.1. Oh no, Boris. What's going on there, Boris? 28.1, we're quite far away. Let's have a look at his Sector 2 time as Evil Master sticks it.
Exactly the same time as Cron.
Exactly the same. How does that work then, James? Why is he first?
A millionth of a second, it must be.
Oh, you think we need to ask Codemasters to increase the number of decimal places?
It's definitely not on alphabetical order.
No,
with the X in front of his name. Because if it was, then I maybe have to think about changing my name, because I could do with whatever advantage I can get.
Yeah, but I don't think they are X's. I think they're kisses from Shaq. Oh, Boris! Boris puts in
on the same time.
On the same time. Oh, what
can't
is
separate them?
So you got RPM Boris on pole with a 126.809. Evil Master Kiss Kiss, Evil Master Kiss Kiss with a 126.809, and LN Cron with a 126.809. Let me check the TAS system to see if it gives any. No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
And Luke's just put himself up to 8th whilst we were speaking, but yeah.
The TAS system.
I don't know how they choose.
No, the TAS system, and Boris has got the fastest Sector 2. Evil Master's got the fastest Sector 3, and Cron has got the fastest Sector 1. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
So now this makes it really exciting that they can't be separated. It all comes up to who can hook up that perfect lap on the last run.
Yeah, we'll just point this out from the comms booth that you're not allowed to open a ticket for why you would be in 3rd, Cron, and not 1st, because we've got absolutely no idea whatsoever. As we're on board with Lau now. Lau's coming through. Lau's on as we go through, coming into the 2nd sector.
And he is up on his time.
So he is up on his time. 4,000ths of a second. He set his fastest Sector 1, not his fastest Sector 2. So can he hook it up in this last corner? Hits the DRS. He is going to know whether he's up or down. And he does. A 10th quicker. He goes 26.8. He joins the 26.8 gang. Who have we got coming up next? So it looks like it's a Haas of RT Rodo. Oh, he's on an outlap. So
yeah, Shigs was on a lap, but he ran wide. So he'll be, I imagine, getting back to the pits and maybe putting a fresh set of tyres on.
Horse is on an outlap. Shigs is invalidated. Marco. Why is Marco not doing a lap? Oh, he is doing a lap. Here we go. Marco. Let's see. Let's stay on board with Marco for this lap. We'll keep an eye on the other guys. Yeah, just take care with that Alpine, Marco, because I need to use that next week.
Did you hand it to him in good condition?
Unfortunately, no. But it's been through the repair shop. So don't you? Why did you have to bring that up?
I just noticed that you also. I think I'll be sending you the bill for my front wing as well next week.
Don't say that. I can't afford it. I've got other bills. I've got other bills coming in from other manufacturers as well, especially McLaren. I think Rusty's got a couple of £1 million invoice to send me. As Marco, what's he doing? Marco set the fastest sector 1 with a 27.826.
So he's absolutely flying. Rodo's 2 tenths up on his time as well as we speak.
Cron's just gone fastest in sector 1. So Marco did have the fastest sector 1, but Cron has just beaten him by a tenth. So
yeah, and Rodo puts himself up to 5th.
Marco's sector 2 time was a 37.3. So he's on the pace. So where's this going to put Marco? It's going to put him... Oh, pole! 26.669. I told you it'd been through the repair shop. Great lap from Marco. Awesome lap.
And that puts the ends to the arguments of who should be on pole out of the 809.
It does, but look, it's an Alpine front row. I think
and
Deck!
Red Bull! And by a tenth.
I can't keep up. So who's the next one coming along?
That's what I was shouting the whole race last night.
Oh, and Cron!
26.4.
Right, who have we got coming up next? We have looks like a Williams. Is it a Williams? I missed that, so apologies. Looks like it was Huss, actually, with a 127.005 in 7th.
Yeah, he improved by half a second. But it's those guys at the top are doing some seriously fast lap times now.
So Shaq's on an outlap, so he is... We'll try and work our way backwards. So the next driver coming along looks like it's Val or Lau. Is it Lau? No, it's Evil Master coming over. He's on an outlap as well, followed by, is it Shigs or Meisel? It's Meisel. And then, so it looks like Shaq might be our first flying lapper. Oh, Shaquille, careful. He's 800ths up at the moment. We've got yellow in sector 3.
Yeah, just a car getting out the way there. And Craigo improves by 4 tenths, but it's only enough for 11th there.
So that's the 2 Ferraris in 11th and 12th. So Colin will be urging them to...
Oh, Marco's retired. And so is Evil Master.
Let me check the Discord to see if we do not have a glitched lobby. Nope. We are still on. So they're obviously happy with their times.
And Boris is on a flyer now.
Is he? Where is he on track? Is he?
He's going through the 4th turn, I think.
Yeah, okay. We'll catch up with Boris later. We're just on with Shaq. As Shaq comes over. Oh, Shaq! Great lap. Up to 7th place. Almost 4 tenths quicker with a 126.9. So we've got Huss coming into the pits. Next one along, it looks like Meisel. As Meisel crosses the line with a 126.6. So Captain Meisel. Great lap from him.
What a lap.
Great lap from him. We've got Rodo crossing the line now. We've got Luke who's put it up into 9th. So Luke's just popped himself up there into the top 10. Next driver looks to be Flying Boy Val. Val's on a lap as we switch back to the Taz.
And Boris is invalidated, so he won't be getting pole.
I don't think Boris will be worried about that. I think maybe he knows he's got the pace. As Val comes across the line, what does Val do? Val, 4th, a 126.6. So yeah, Boris might actually be kicking himself now for that invalidation. The championship leader. Next driver to come across, we've got...
Oh, well, coming it's an incredibly tight championship as well, isn't it, this one? You know, the top 7 are separated by 56 points.
Lau's gone quicker again with a 126.7. That puts
and
him
ahead
into
of his
6th.
championship rival.
Got a McLaren of always Rick coming across the line, and Rick has gone 14th with a 127.3 on the softs. So yeah, I mean Rick might be a little bit disappointed with that pace, because we know that Rick's got front running pace. He's just got to keep it pointing forwards. He won't mind. He won't mind me saying that. He's given me enough grief in the last few weeks.
But he will have free tyre choice there, which is the one thing that works in his favour. And here it's, as we saw from yesterday, I think a lot of people kind of doing different strategies, whether it's 2-stop or 1-stop.
Yeah, well, I
until
found
safety cars come out.
I found that the hards were really comfortable. You know, they've got the pace on the hards and they're more durable. I didn't see a massive difference between the medium and the hard. So yeah, we'll see. So we've got the grid after all of that kind of action in the last 5 minutes. So we've got Cron on pole for the Mercedes. We've got Deck on second place, rounding out the front row, 1/10 behind. On the second row, we've got Captain Meisel and Flying Boy Val. On the third row, we've got Marko Solanovic and Lau. We've got fourth row, Boris and Evil Master. That's going to be an interesting into turn 1 between Boris and Evil Master. We've got Shack Attack and Luke on the row behind, 9th and 10th, followed by Huss in 11th, Rodo in 12th, Craigo in 13th, Always Rick in 14th, Equow in 15th, and then we've got Shigs in 16th. So Shigs will be a bit disappointed with that qualifying, I think.
Yeah, and I think he was right up there, and I think he's had not much luck in the last few races, so I'll be hoping that really turns around in this race.
Yeah, he was just taking a quick drink there as Jones was talking, and then you cut your bit short. Yeah, Shigs was leading the championship, I think, after round 4. So, Mirko was leading at first, and then Shigs came good from sort of round 4 onwards, and then Boris has come through with consistency thereafter. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this race unfolds. We've got Luke in the chat saying that his starting tyres are getting destroyed. We've got Evil Master in the chat who saying it's rigged because they're all on the same time. Shaq's just saying crazy. And Colin says it must be glitched to have 3 drivers on the same time. So, don't know. You'll have to take that up with Codemasters, guys. Certainly not mine and Jones's fault.
No, don't shoot the messengers.
Okay, so
it could be interesting here because obviously Cron is, I think, is he in 5th in the championship? So with Lauer and Boris in 6th and 7th, this could be huge for him if he could
to close that gap.
Turn this into a win. Yeah.
Cron's got amazing pace. I remember last year from Low Gear, I think tracks that Cron practices at, he's got absolutely amazing pace.
Yeah.
So all the top 10 on the softs, and the first driver with a choice of tyres is Huss, and Huss has opted for the hards. So I did the practice race on Monday, and Huss was pretty quick on the hards. So I guess he must feel confident to start on those. I think where you can come a little bit unstuck, starting on the hards, is an early safety car, because then it puts you into a decision: do you stay? Or do you carry on, or do you pit and change strategy? Worked for Puggy last night, so Puggy stayed out first safety car, got him all the way up through to the top of the grid. Yeah, we'll have to see how that pans out. I guess it depends also on these guys, what their tyre wear is after quali.
I think, like you said, the hards, and I found this as well. Obviously, with all the safety cars, didn't get to really exploit it all the way, but my pace was very similar on the hards to the mediums. So whether, and I think there was a bit of a drop off on the mediums after 6-7 laps, where the hards became just as quick.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to really test the mediums too much because I had a little bit of an incident, but we're not talking about that.
You meant to say you were just trying to get your tyres very warm.
We've got two drivers, Boris and Evil Master, that unfortunately didn't make the formation lap. So I think that's going to be quite interesting. So as we try and get a good camera view for the start, we're going to go on board with Val or maybe Marco. So we'll see. And James, obviously, once the lights go out, it's over to you. You know the drill. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights.
Okay, let's go.
Nicely done. So as you can see, we're coming down into turn 1. Get that pit stop strategy out of the way. Looks like Cron's got a good start. Deck also. Have we got any incidents? No. Everybody looks like they're clean through. From what we can see, everybody is through without incident.
Yeah, and it's a very tight corner down there, so good work by everyone to get through there clean.
Yeah, they're obviously copying low gear. Captain Meisel's done well. We're up into 3rd place with Lauer in 4th. Cron and Deck keeping it steady as we just have a quick look at positions gained.
Yeah, and Boris has lost out there off the start, and Lauer has also got up 2 places, so it's going to be interesting for the championship come the end. I guess Boris will be wanting to get a move on as soon as possible.
So Shiggs has moved up 4 places, and the loser in all of that is Huss on those hards, who is down in 16th place. So that's going to be a bit disappointing for Huss. He would have hoped to kind of stay with them a bit closer. I'll just check the TAS system to see if he doesn't have any damage, and he does.
Oh, and Rick's round.
Oh dear.
I think he's lost his front wing. Yeah, he has.
So always Rick is showing, I'm not seeing any damage at the moment, so we're relying on what we've got on screen. So he'll be disappointed with that as we jump back to the front of the race. So we got Deck closing in on Cron. These two have pulled a little bit of a gap actually from Captain Meisel. Oh, and Rick picks up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Oh, the admin curse strikes.
Yeah, and he'll be hoping for some safety cars like last night now, I imagine.
Well, always possible. So we got Rick and Huss in the pits.
So that might explain why Huss was about 3 seconds behind the rest of the field there.
Yeah, I think Rick maybe spun on his own. I think Huss has obviously had an incident with someone in the first lap. We're on board with Lau. Interesting that we've got, so the top 2, Deck and Cron, have got a 1.5 second gap to Captain Meisel. But then after that, everybody else is under a second from 4th all the way to Eek in 13th. So we've got like an 11 driver train forming. Well, Marco.
Yeah, and that's where it can become very difficult to make up any positions.
Marco's got a great exit there on Val, but he's not going to take the chance. Of course, DRS is not enabled until lap 3 as Cron sets another fastest lap from the front. The DRS is quite powerful here at Bahrain as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I think because I found that I wasn't the fastest on the straights yesterday. I think people differ their strategies a little bit because I think it's good to have some downforce in the middle 2 sectors, but certainly in the final sector, it's really good to have the top speed. So with that DRS involved as well, it really changes the complex of the battles.
So we've got the 2 Alpines together. Championship leader we're on board with at the moment, Boris, in 8th place. We've got Marco in 7th. I wonder if Marco might let Boris pass. They both look like they're struggling for traction after 3 laps. Looking at this, looks like they've only got minimal tyre wear for Evil Master and Boris. So I think the TAS system's telling us wrong there because everybody else has got like 27, 26%. So that can't be right. As Boris just...
And Cron spun on a fast right-hander.
He has. The lead. He's there in the track, pointing the wrong way. That's how easy it is to spin as Evil Master takes avoiding action. So Cron...
Oh, and a Ferrari spun as well. I think that's Luke.
And I wonder
I
if
don't know
Luke,
how Kron's not avoided more damage there though. He's only lost the front wing end plate.
well, it's saying on my TAS system he's got 31% damage on the left front wing. So
Yeah. But I would have thought he would have, at that speed through that corner, he would have lost his whole wing. When he's pit speeding in pit lane.
Oh dear. Oh dear. I wouldn't like
It's
to
been
be
a
in
very bad 30 seconds.
I wouldn't
Kron.
like to be the cat of Kron when he comes off the race. Because he might get booted across the room.
Yeah. And I mean that's given Deck a nice comfortable lead now.
1.8 seconds, but as we know, it can change in a heartbeat. So I'm more kind of curious about this battle from Boris all the way through to Lau in third place. So we got third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, all in a battle. An Evil Master in the middle of that, with Shaq just off the back. So Shaq will be looking to get on the back of Boris, not literally, just on the behind him within DRS.
Yeah. And Kron switched to the hards there. I think that just makes sense. I think he's got to try and one-stop it now from there.
Yeah, that'll be him going to the end. Probably doable from.
Yeah, the hards do seem to have good pace and obviously the most durable tyre.
So we got Colin in the
it's
chat
such a shame
saying that Huss was sideways at the start. So he thinks there was probably some contact there at the beginning. As we've got
Now we'll pass
Boris.
Captain Meisel this side by side.
Boris going around Marco. Oh, Boris has got it done. Oh, this is nerve-wracking, I have to say.
And Kron's off again, I think.
Is he?
Yeah.
I don't want to leave this battle. Boris has got through, so I'm guessing Marco's just going to use the DRS now and hope that Boris drags him along into the battle with these four.
While you've been watching that, I saw both Alpha Tauris get past Captain Meisel there, who seems to be dropping back to Evil Master now as well.
So Meisel's tiles, his tyres are at 36%, which is only the same as everyone else. The guy with the most tyre wear actually at the moment is Deck with 39% on that front left. So, but he's still managing to hold that 3.2 second lead to Lau.
Yeah, and he'll be hoping for some battling behind him just to extend it and get a nice, good
got a yellow in sector 3. That looks to be, is it a hat? Shaq has spun. So Evil Master having a little look at Captain Meisel and thinking better of it, waiting for the DRS. And Boris has got DRS as well. Ooh, this looks dangerous. We've got a red light flashing for, looks like that's Captain Meisel that's got the red light. So his ERS must be really, really low. No overtakes this time round.
And to be fair, all of their ERSs are low, around 20% at the front, whereas Deck's just doing his own race on 60%.
Yeah, that gap's closed up. It was 3.4, it's now 2.7. So sorry, Deck, that we're not giving you much coverage when you watch this back, but you're too fast at the moment. After the pit stops, you will get good air time as we stay on board with Boris. Yeah, these guys. Oh, Evil Master just locks up there, trying to get past Meisel. We'll jump on board with him.
Yeah, it's very tight from second all the way down to 7th here.
What are we thinking, Jones, in terms of pit stops? Is someone going to call it this lap? Lap 6, 2-stop?
You might see someone, go for the undercut. I think even this lap you can go softs to hards. That was my favoured strategy yesterday, but it depends if you can find that pace on the mediums. I know some people saved a pair of softs as well, whether they can go soft, medium, soft.
Oh, Evil Master is round and he rejoins, hopefully. Nobody's coming, good. So, Rodo...
I imagine we'll see Evil Master pit then. Maybe he'll change his strategy with that.
Probably. Is anybody going to come in? Let's have a look. So we go on board with Val. No. Deck's staying out. Val's staying out. Law's staying out. Meisel's staying out. Boris.
And Evil Master stays out as well.
Everybody's staying out. So clearly, James, we do not know what we're talking about.
And that's why we're in low gear.
That's why we're in low gear. Oh, as we've got Shigs. Shigs is all the way up to 9th from the back of the grid. Because there'll be new softs, of course, won't they, on Shigs' car?
Yeah, up 7 places. Absolutely flying. But
Yeah.
Equal's coming back on him.
Oh, he is. Let's have a look at these tyres. Yes, he is on the soft. So Shigs should, in theory, be able to go a bit longer than the front, the top 10, because he's the first driver on the softs that started on new softs and not used softs. If he left himself some softs, of course.
Yeah. The interesting thing here is, with the people on different strategies, is Rodo and Equal aren't miles away from the front runners, but it's hard to say what they're going to do from starting on the mediums. So you go mediums hard and then you've kind of lost the pace at the start of the race, or will they two-stop it and just try and do it on outright pace?
I don't know. Could they go... If they're new mediums, could they go medium to soft? Maybe with one safety car they could, if it was at the perfect time. So, as requested in the chat, we are going to go on board with Deck, because Colin quite rightly points out one of the perks of being out the front is that you get ignored from the commentators. So, you're quite right, Colin. We will make sure that we stay on board with Deck, and we will stay on board with him to see whether he pits this lap.
And Boris has just got past Meisel into turn 4.
Okay, we'll just pop.
I know you're staying on Deck. I'll just try and kick.
No, we've popped back to Boris now. We've popped back. Look at that Alpine. Looks stunning under these lights in Bahrain.
And not an Aston Martin in sight.
Not yet. Not yet. That's why there's been no safety cars. We've got a yellow in sector 1.
And that is for an Aston Martin.
And Evil Master as DNF'd, and we have a safety car. So.
And that's the commentator's curse there.
Well, we weren't on board with him, so you were talking about the constructor, not necessarily specifically the driver. So we are exempt. So Deck, everybody's gonna come in, surely.
Yeah, but
who's not? Who's not gonna come in?
Shaq, Kron, and Rick will stay out, I imagine. But I think they're too far back to get any track position.
Well. Yes, because of that 29-second gap to Shaq. Although pitting under the safety car is slower than pitting in a race, so it might bring Shaq into play. So we've got Deck in, we've got Val in, we've got Law coming in, we've got Boris, we've got Meisel, Marco, Rodo, Eek, all coming in. Everybody so far. Craigo is staying out. He's taking the gamble. Colin will like that. Split the strategy, change it round. Colin and Richie will be proud of that. They'll be saying, yeah, let's do the opposite of what everyone else is doing.
And I think for Rick, Kron and Luke, Huss and Shaq, they'll be very glad to see that the safety car's out. Although Rick's just picked himself up another penalty there.
We're not really allowed to comment too much on Rick's bad luck, because I know that I'll get it back tenfold. So let's just have a quick check of the penalties. Just a quick look.
The one thing I am enjoying seeing here, if I'm being honest with you, is that there is an Aston Martin leading. Technically, it's a safety car.
Oh no, Rick's just picked up another 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So you saw it here, folks, live. It was 8 seconds. It's now 13 seconds.
When it rains, it pours.
Sorry, Jones, you were saying I was too busy thinking about Rick's penalties. So the Aston Martin.
Well, I was just watching Craig go on board, and I'm obviously a big Aston Martin fan. Just seeing the Aston Martin in front there. It might not be a F1 car, but I'll take the GT car being ahead. Yeah,
nice. So Craigo, if you're listening to the stream, if you could just pull alongside it, slightly to the left, and give the viewers a little bit better view of it. Oh, he's heard me. That's good. Yep, we'll have a look at that right-hand side. If you could do the same to the left, please, that would be much appreciated. Anyway, left of my rubbish. Let's get back to the race. Cron's got rid of his penalties, or Huss has got rid of his penalty. I missed that, actually, because we were talking a bit of rubbish. Let's have a look at the tyres. Who's done what?
So, everyone has pitted but Shaq and Craigo. So Craigo's took the risk in getting track position, and I'm guessing he'll want to turn this into a one-stop.
Ooh, Craigo's given us a real view of this. Let's get this off.
It's starting to look a bit like product placement, this at the front.
This is, yeah, Jones has obviously been paid for this. Yeah, Craigo might be listening to the stream, so if you are Craigo, you're doing a fantastic job. Colin's saying I've done it again. I've got no idea what he's talking about. Yeah, it does look nice. It does look nice, I have to say. That's it. Down the left, Craigo. Down the left.
The two Alpha Tauris up in 3rd and 4th. Obviously, that would be very good for their constructors, but both on the hards and looking around them, only Equal and Shack Attack are on that same strategy at the moment.
What is Craigo going to do here? As in, what is his strategy now? Because he's done 9 laps on those mediums. He's got 29% tyre wear on his front left. So probably he can take them to 30%. So that gives him another... He could go to softs here, couldn't he? If he managed kind of 9 laps.
Maybe, yeah, I think he has to extend on the mediums, doesn't he? And then switch to the softs to make that work.
You think that's a medium soft? So he's got to try and do 20 laps on those mediums, which would take him to about 60% tyre wear.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it depends how long.
I've got you, Colin.
He'll be hoping his safety car's out for another lap, but I think with all the field closed up, it'll probably...
Yeah, no, the safety car is in this lap. So we got... So new order, not the band. So we got Craigo in first. We got Deck. I mean, that came at a good time for Deck, really. But Deck's gone on to the mediums. So he's going to take them to the finish, isn't he? He's hoping to take them to the finish.
Yeah. So we'll certainly see him have the pace advantage in the first 5, well, maybe beyond that, 8 laps, say. But then will we see the Alpha Tauris really come back at him towards the end when his tyres are...
I don't know, that's going to be interesting. That is going to be interesting. I only found the hards were slow for the first lap. So we've got the 2 Alpha Tauris. We've got Flying Boy Val and Lau, followed by Boris, followed by Meisel. As Deck is now looking to do a restart, we will jump on board with Lau as we go. And Craigo has gone. It was Craigo doing the restart, not Deck. So Craigo went, stopped, went again. Oh dear, that looks like one of mine, Craigo. As we go into turn 1, and he's got Deck up the inside. We've got a great view of that. Sparks flying, and the 2 Alpha Tauris don't touch. Lau's had to ease off, which has let Boris come through. And Boris has touched Lau, and Captain Meisel has come through.
Yeah, Meisel's on the softs at the moment, so he will have a massive pace advantage on these guys at the front. But he's obviously going to have to pit again.
So the two Alpha Tauris have managed the safety car restart pretty well to say that they're on those hards. Craigo's spinning a bit there. Probably just rewarming.
Shaq's just lost some places, I think. Just struggling for traction.
Yeah, these hards are certainly doing... Val, I think also that Craigo is still... he's moved from controller to wheel, I think, 3 rounds ago. So Craigo will still be getting used to that transition. He's on great pace here. If it is only his 3rd race on the wheel. As he goes wide there, and Val doesn't capitalise.
He might towards the end of this straight, I'd imagine.
Probably, yeah. Lau's just dropped off the back there. So Val seems to have got these hards kind of hooked up a little bit quicker than Lau. And Captain Meisel is going for a pass. There's no DRS still, so he's obviously just got better traction out the last corner. Looks like we've got a couple of passes going on. We've got Luke and Shaq a bit further back as well, which we'll jump on board with now. Car park.
Yeah, and I think Luke's up 3 or 4 places from that safety car, so he's really benefited from that.
Yeah, and Shiggs is now back in this as well, because Shiggs is in 9th, which I think is where he was before.
Yeah, and I think Meisel will be hoping he can get Val and Craigo here quick, because if he's going to make this soft strategy work, he kind of needs to get out front as soon as possible.
Yeah, he's got the pit again, hasn't he?
Yeah, well, I think he started on soft as well, so he has to pit. But then I guess he has to take the mediums, so.
So we got Richard in the chat cheering on Luke. So yeah, we all like to see Luke do well. He's your main comms partner, actually, isn't he? So.
Yeah, usually, and we do some races at the weekend. He usually joins me in Aston Martin, so
he's going well. He's going well here on these mediums behind Eek. So he's got Shigs behind him for company as he breaks late. I think DRS will be activated this lap. It is, as I say it, it's enabled.
Yeah. And Meisel's past Val as well.
Is he? He's up into third. Well, I've got to say it, so far, this is a really good, clean race. And certainly not like what we experienced last night. But we're going to work on that. We're going to try and get that better. Obviously, I'm only saying that as commentators curse, so the same happens to... Because it was Rick and Shaq.
It's never happened all season, and then I think he commented on it.
Yeah, he did. He did.
And then it all went wrong.
He did. So I'm trying to tempt fate with that. Yeah, Colin's getting really up for it now. Luke working his way through.
Yeah, and Meisel is right on the back of Craigo here into the next DRS zone.
He is, but I think Craigo's got a good strategy going here, because as these tyres all wear off a bit later...
He's going to be on the soft, isn't he?
Yeah, as they wear off a bit later, also there's a lot of chance of another safety car, as we saw last night. Ooh. As Meisel goes around the outside, we'll stay on board with Craigo. Craigo's having an awesome race here. Great decision, in my opinion, to stay out. Because these other... If there's another safety car, great decision. If there's not, we'll see. I think there's a high chance that there may be. Of course, now I've said it, there won't be. As he gets the DRS. Yeah, he's done 13 laps on them. So, is he going to go on the... switch? No, plays it safe. He'll get the second DRS straight. Will suffer with traction on those used mediums for definite. But he's keeping in there. Well, Val's right behind him. And Boris is behind Lau. So I think these are the closest two in the championship. And Boris is on mediums. Lau's on the hards. So Boris probably does need to get the job done early if he's going to have any chance of defending against Val and Lau later on towards the end of this race.
It's very tight again in this midfield pack from kind of 5th down to 11th here. They're all right on top of each other.
It is. It's really, really well matched as Boris gets a bit of an exit on Lau and Lau moves across. Boris is going to have a look on the inside.
Very close.
Great racing. Oh, Boris gets traction down. Little bit of a spin. I think Laura's still there. We can't see that. No, Laura's conceded and let Boris through. So that's a sensible bit of driving from Laura. He's probably thinking, yeah.
And Luke's right on the back of Lau now.
He's probably thinking, yeah, Boris, go and burn them mediums up. Because we do have another 15 laps to go. Oh, as Luke comes out. What good exit from Luke. Still got...
Sheik's got an even better one on Luke.
Oh, we're going three-way. Oh, no, this reminds me of Portimao. We've got a three-way. And Shiggs is going to get... No, he's not. He thinks better
Luke's
of it.
late on
Looks
the brakes.
on the inside. Luke's gone deep. Oh, Shiggs is going to get the switch back. We've got a yellow in sector 1. I've missed who it is because I'm looking at this battle. Don't know who it is.
That's just Equal. He's had a moment, but yeah, it's good to steal that battle. It's all over the place.
Awesome battling. Awesome battling. So Luke's up into
really
6.
Got himself into this. He seems to have great pace on these mediums.
Sometimes it's just about rhythm, isn't it? You can have steady pace in quali, but then when you get into the race with that full fuel load, you just get into your rhythm, hit your markers, and bang the laps in one after another. So yeah,
exactly.
Great performance from Luke here. Up into 6 and now hunting down the Boris Meister. So Lau's probably going to sit back a little bit. We know that Lau is a bit of a calculated driver, as he did in Austria, where he just sat back and just let things unfold with the penalties. Maybe he's doing the same thing here with the tyres. Oh, as Huss picks up a 3-second penalty.
Yeah, as soon as you said penalties, it was bound to happen, wasn't it? And Decker's on the mediums actually maintaining that gap to Meisel at the moment at 2 seconds. And Meisel is desperately using his ERS to try and catch. He's only got 3% left going into turn 1.
So we've got Shaq that's catching up to Lau, and then we've got Marco working his way back through. Oh, as he goes a bit deep there. Oh, and we've got Rick with the switchback. Not really a switchback because he wasn't ahead in the first place. Marco just defending like a snake. Rick round the outside. Is he going to get the job done? Oh, no, they touch. Oh, no. Oh. Oh dear.
Yeah, and me and your teammate know about contacts in those corners. It can get
so
close.
And now Cron has hit Marco, and that was tough battling from Marco and Rick. I think we might see a ticket there. I don't know. Anyway, back with Shaq.
It gets very tight through there, and it's very difficult with if you're alongside each other.
Yeah, I don't think it's an overtaking place unless you've got a massive. Oh, and Rick has retired.
DNF.
Which is a DNF, which is, I don't know whereabouts that is on track, but is that going to be a safety car?
Oh, he's, very strangely, if you watch Rodo now, you'll see him come up to Rick. It's on the straight.
Rick has disappeared, so we will probably not have a... Oh, he is. He's there. He's in the middle of the track.
I don't know what happened there.
Poof! Just disappears. Right live on stream. No idea.
Obviously, the stewards are very good at Bahrain. They got him off the track awfully quick.
Incredibly quickly, and they're also wearing invisible cloaks as well to stop themselves being seen.
And Crago's letting Luke go through, I think, here.
Yeah, Luke's up to 5th. Crago's out.
Shigs is there on the inside as well. Very tight between those two.
Luke is up to 5th.
And he's had an unbelievable recovery, because obviously he dropped right back after the safety car.
I think at the moment Luke and Shigs have got to be my driver of the day so far, because Shigs has started right at the back, and I think Luke was in 11th, was it, or 10th?
I imagine we'll have a message from Colin anytime saying, what about Deck? Because he's used to leading from the front and getting no airtime as well.
So we've got Dookie joining us in the chat. Good evening, Dookie. Dookie says, what a moment to zap in to catch Rick disappearing off track. Yeah, so we don't know what happened there, though. It's I suspect there was a bit of damage after the incident with Marco, and probably he's just had a bit of an incident because maybe he's lost a bit of traction or downforce. As Shigs now is going to get the DRS on Luke, but Luke's got the DRS on Val, and Val should have the DRS on Boris. Boris is up to 3rd, so we've missed those few overtakes. I think that Luke and Shigs have got to try and get past Val fairly quickly, because their tyres are going to wear off and Val's are probably going to stay strong. Lau's dropped off. Lau's dropped off to 9th. So, as 2nd place in the championship, Lau's going to be a little bit disappointed unless he got a little bit of damage, which it doesn't say it is on the Taz.
Yeah, it just looks like Flying Boy Val has just managed to get those hards to work better than his teammate here.
Could be difference in setup, as Luke has got a good exit. Got DRS. Ooh, his ERS is running a bit low now. I think all of them's ERS. Great entry, great corner entry from Luke there.
And I think he'll be thinking about that start-finish straight more than anything. That's where he can get that move done.
Yeah,
and
trying to
Val
get that exit sorted.
Outside the DRS range of Boris as well, so...
He is.
But look at how close Shigs is to Luke. It could be another 3 wide moment on the main straight.
And Val's ERS has just gone with the light, so Luke will know. He's got a good exit as well. He's got a really good exit. But then Shigs is going to get the double draft.
Yeah,
So Luke,
Shigs
and
as well.
Shigs has got the double draft. So Val and Shigs is going for the double move. As we join back with Luke, Shigs is on the inside. Luke's going to know he's there. He's going to hold the line. It eases off. Shigs gives him great space.
Oh, Luke's got a great drive out of there.
Awesome driving from Shigs there, giving him that little bit of space, and it just left Luke enough space on the
And I think
outside.
Luke was very good round the outside as well, and big snap of oversteer there.
Yeah, Shigs controlled that lovely. So kept him in there. And they've dropped
Just
Val
as we were
4
watching that
tenths as
battle,
well.
Kron is actually catching Lau now. So Kron's making a great recovery through the pack, considering he was in 16th.
We've still got
before
10
the
laps to
safety car.
go as well, so anything could happen.
Yeah.
Anything
And
can
as we had
happen.
4 safety cars last night, we know that it can end up in chaos, this race.
Well, given where Rick retired, I would have expected a safety car to come out there. So maybe we did have a glitch lobby last night in terms of safety cars, because we do run reduced safety car in RPM for that exact reason. So maybe it was a bit of a lobby glitch for us, and it was what it was, and it's working properly now for mid-gear, which is great for these guys because they get to have a clean race. Yeah, Kron has got great pace on Lau here. Is he going to go before the... Is he? He's not.
And
Is it?
Meisel is pitting from second.
He's tapped him. He's got a good exit. That looked like he tapped him, but there's no damage. Gets DRS. So Kron is going to be up into 8th place. Yeah, he's going to be trying to work his way back through because he'll be pretty annoyed with himself with that spin, I think.
Yeah, and Meisel was pitted and he's gone onto the mediums for 9 laps.
Yeah,
I think he's had great pace, but just the strategy probably won't work out for him there. I mean, he's going to have much fresher mediums, but he's got 11 seconds to catch up on 11th place.
Yeah, and we're going to see Craigo. So Craigo's in 9th with 19 laps on those mediums. So we're going to see Craigo probably coming in any time now, and this has not worked out too well for him. Which I think if there wasn't a safety car, then it was always probably a big ask.
Yeah, and I think we mentioned it earlier. I think the pace difference between the hards and the mediums isn't as big as it is at other tracks, and that's what I'm still expecting to see, is that Val and Shaq, maybe in 4 or 5 laps time, will really start to catch those guys in front
Towards the end, as these mediums drop off. Well, Luke's hunting down Boris now, so 2.1 seconds. We'll keep an eye on that. And Boris is hunting down Deck. So if we look at their tyre wear, Deck's got 42% tyre wear and Luke has got only 36%. So even though Luke has done one more lap, as Kron sets the fastest lap, even though Luke has done one more lap, he's got slightly better tyre wear than Deck. So we'll have to keep an eye on that gap, 2.2 seconds. And Shigs is right behind as well. None of them have got ERS.
The one thing Deck's got massively an advantage if they do catch him, he's got 60% ERS, so he should be able to defend much better than the rest can.
These two guys, Shigs and Luke, are having a cracking race. Let's have a bit of a look further down. So we've got Eek on 11 lap hards. We've got Craigo on 20 lap mediums. Let's have a look what Craigo's telling us. 65% tyre wear. So we weren't too far off with the estimation. I suspect he's going to be in this lap. We got Huss on 11 lap mediums, so he's definitely going to the end unless there's a safety car. Meisel on those mediums. Yeah, Craigo's going to come out somewhere between Rodo and Marco, so he might be a bit disappointed with that, but I think he did a good job of holding up the field and battling with the guys that helped Luke work his way through. So a good bit of team play there. Looks like we've got Marco in the How have we got Marco in the chat, but we've still got Marco in the race? So this must be Marco's AI.
Yeah, I had been looking at that earlier and I was a bit confused with that.
Yeah, if I could show on screen that confused face, I would do. Like, yeah. Now Marco's in the chat and he's driving.
And Boris is really closed up on deck here. 1 second now.
Yeah, as we can't see Boris's tyre wear, strangely. So he's obviously hacked us because he doesn't want us to see it. So that's the... Oh, Shigs picks up a 3-second penalty. That... Oh, and he's took Luke.
But Luke's
And
coming
he's took
right
Luke,
back
and
at
Luke
him.
comes right back up the inside.
Beautiful move.
Yeah, Shigs might not fight this as much now he's picked that penalty up. Because I don't think he's going to pull...
Oh, and he's round...
Oh!
Oh, and it's a big
Oh!
crash. Big crash. And that's the corner we were on about in
Safety
qualifying.
car.
It's very easy to lose it there. And
Craigo.
unfortunately for Shigs, this is...
Craigo is on
for the last
brand
year.
new softs. Oh, what is going to happen here? Where's Deck? And Deck's
Deck
in.
comes
And
in.
Boris is in. And Luke's coming in.
Luke is in.
Val
and
is
Val.
coming in. Who's going to take the risk? It's going to be Cron. No. No, Cron's in.
Shaq's taking the risk.
He's going for it. He's got everything to gain. Good man, Shaq. Keep that commentary interesting. Right, let's have a look. What's Lau going to do? He's in. Huss is in. Meisel won't come in. But is he going to
By
pass?
the looks of it, Lau will be very happy to get those hards off.
Is
and
Meisel
just
going to
not
pass?
replace them.
He is. Meisel's going to
Well,
pass because
he's
Shaq's
only
caught
got
the
2
safety
laps on
car.
those mediums. So Meisel...
So Meisel
we were
brought
saying
him
about his
right
strategy's
back
not
into
worked
the
out,
race.
but it's...
Well,
he's got a chance
Meisel...
of podium.
Yeah, no, Meisel's done really well there. Where's Craigo going to come? And as Craigo boots it down the straight, praying for these drivers to come out slowly, and he joins behind Huss. So not quite working out as good as it could have done, which is unfortunate, but he's right back in the race. And I've got a feeling that Shaq's going to be a bit of a sitting duck on 16 lap
16 lap
hard.
hards, yeah. And
Nice
I
one,
think
Shaquille.
it could be very interesting because we've got a medium and a hard runner in the top 4, and everyone's going to be flying on these softs. And we know, for example, back to Cron in 7th, he's been mighty round here, had an incident early on, and
Yeah.
his pace chasing these guys down might be a big factor.
If only we'd got split screen to be able to do 2 at once, because this is
Exactly, yeah.
this is going to be insane. We're going to end up
might
with
need more than just the 2 as well.
so we've got to wait for Marco's AI. This is going to be a real pain. Yeah, this is going to be a real pain because Marco's AI has got to catch up to the field, which is going to be probably lap 24.
Well, and the field's going through sector 3 now, and Marco's just only come in halfway through sector 1.
Yes. So they're going to do definitely another lap,
And possibly
which will
another
be
one
lap
after
24, and it will come in probably at the end of 25. No, the end of 24. So they'll have 25 to 29. Yeah, they're going to have 5 laps. So we're going to have a 5-lap sprint race with everyone on softs except Shaq on hards, 16-lap-old hards, and Meisel on 2-lap-old mediums.
And it's all to play for now. All the
This
all
just
the racing
got
earlier has
tasty.
just kind of been reset completely.
Well,
And maybe Deck will get some screen time now by not leading the race by so far.
five-lap sprint race. Be crazy. Who's your money on, Jones? Who's your money on?
I think it's hard to look past Deck or Boris here. But I think Luke showed great pace throughout the race as well. I don't know, it depends how clean they can keep it.
I've got an awful feeling that Marco's AI is not going to catch this safety car, which will mean that if it doesn't, It's going to
mean,
be end
they
of
go
25. It's
through-
going to be a 4 lap.
Yeah, which, I mean, if I was Shaq,
Maybe
I'd be really
he's
hoping
coming.
that it's only 4 laps, because
I think if
you
I
just
was
want to try and
Shaq,
hold them off for.
I think if I was
as
Shaq,
little
I
as
would
possible.
pit now and go to softs and have a bit of a battle royal and go for a bit of a ding dong with all of the guys,
Hope
because
there's more carnage.
yeah, well, I mean, he's not going to. He's going to be struggling to keep the heat in those tyres anyway. He's going to. His traction is just going to be so different. They're not even new hards. So if you are listening to the stream, Shaq, my advice, if you want to finish in the top 10, is to pop in, put some softs on. He won't, of course, because he's done it
But
for
you
us.
got to remember this.
Oh,
if
it's
you
in.
can-
It's in.
If
Jones,
you
it's
can
in.
manage it, and there we go. Yeah.
Oh.
So it's going to be very interesting.
That's going to have
And
probably.
Shaq's coming around the final corner now.
He is. He's going to keep this as long as he can. And I would take it all the way to the line if I were you, Shaq. No, he's gone. And
Deck's right on him straight away. And
he's right on him, weaving. Look at him. Boris
And
doesn't
it's-
not interested in the weaving. Oh, as Meisel is being. Oh, Deck round the outside. Boris has got the.
And
Ooh.
Luke's up to 4th.
Luke's
round
in
Meisel.
4th. We'll jump on board
Deck's
with
round
Luke.
the outside now.
Deck's round the outside. Boris is weaving to try and see his way through. Boris cuts to the inside. Shaq goes wide. Deck is through. Boris is back to 2nd. It's only going to be a matter of time before Luke gets through on these softs as well. And we should have a 3-way battle. Luke thinks better of it. Shaq locks up. Luke's going to go. He's going to get the traction out of here. Probably going to use his
But
ERS.
he won't have the inside line to the next. Shaq might
He
just
won't.
hold on to it.
But Luke round the outside. Overtake of the day. No, switchback.
Switch back.
Shaq's getting reasonable traction actually out of there.
Yeah, he is.
Luke's going to go around the outside here with these tyres. Look at this.
Luke will
around
be
the
absolutely desperate to
outside.
get that move done.
The
And there we go,
Ferrari
beautiful.
driver. Shaq's still there, but Luke is definitely going to come through here.
Yeah.
Oh, and they
A
touch.
bit of contact.
And they touch. Luckily, it stayed clean. And then
I
Shaq's
think Luke
got
be a
Val.
little bit frustrated that he got caught up in that because
Probably. Boris
now
is
2
right
seconds
on the
behind.
back of Deck as well. And they are
But-
going to get a few laps of DRS as
But
well.
this battle could bring Luke straight back into it though if they hold each other up through the first few corners. And Boris hasn't managed to close that gap in the slipstream.
Yeah, Luke's going to be really disappointed with that because he's
And
2
Crom's
seconds
back up
off.
to 5th here.
He has got him. Just so, yeah, he's probably looking for a podium here, Cron. He's probably thinking about a podium because he's probably looking ahead. You can see that Deck and Boris have gone, and he's only got 3 laps left. So, and Shaq's dropped back to 6, and he's now got Eek. Wow, for company as Shaq locks up a little bit on the
Val
left.
got very close to Luke there.
Did he?
Yeah.
On that braking on that left-hander.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to know your lines through there. It can be very different.
Is that another dig? Is that another dig?
No, it actually isn't.
Jones, is that
I
another
struggle
dig?
with that- I struggle with that corner myself. I struggled with it so much I actually drove into an Alpine at one point in that corner.
Yeah, moving on.
That was a dig. That
Do you know, Shaq's
Um,
now sort of 6th, 7th. I think he could have probably got the same place as working his way from the back on softs.
Yeah, and I tell you who's really lost out is Meisel. Even you've seen on
Yes,
the
yeah,
short
ninth.
sprint race.
Oh,
that,
we've got-
the
we've got-
mediums are not working.
We've got a... Oh, Luke's just set the fastest lap. And we've
Yeah.
got 3 wide. Oh, 4 wide. No, we've got... Oh, Huss going round the outside. Huss, watch it. Grosjean did that. Huss has been tapped by Lau. Lau has
And
spun.
now, nightmare.
Oh, we've got absolute race fest. Who's this going round the left? It's Huss on Crago. Oh, these guys are
Even
having
though,
bumper cars.
Whilst you're watching that, I'm just looking at the front runners. Even though
I can see Boris.
Luke did the fastest lap last lap, he's not quite managing to gain on the guys in front. They're doing such similar times.
Craigo's just gone into the back of Huss. Huss is being held up by Shaq. The DRS is enabled. I'm just keeping an eye on that gap between Deck and Boris. We will go to them for the last couple of laps, irrespective of what's going on here. Huss is now up into 10th. Shaq's holding 9th position. Meisel 8th. Rodo's come back really well. Rodo in 7th place. Let's have a look. Yeah, and he's got a little bit of a gap, Rodo, between himself and Meisel. So he can work on maybe getting 6th place. Oh, 2 fastest laps, Deck and Boris. And Boris is now coming for the overtake as he goes up the inside. As we join on board with Deck. Deck's going to look for this on the next straight, get a good exit. He's going to get DRS, 27% ERS. So is Deck going to stick it on the inside? No, he thinks better of it. Oh, yes. Nope. I think Deck will be thinking lap 28. I'll wait my turn.
Yeah.
The
I
risk,
think
the risk
if
there
it
is
comes
that
down
Boris.
to that corner on the last lap, maybe it'd be a different story.
Yeah, maybe the risk is that Boris just pulls away a little bit, so he's got to stay in touch. As we'll have a quick look at Boris's ERS, 40% and 37, so we're quite equal. This is a great battle between these two. Deck's got it here. Is he going to move up the inside? I don't think he will. I think he'll ease off himself. He knows what he's doing.
It's also a bit of a battle for 3rd place at the moment. Luke's not managing to catch up. I guess not having any DRS himself is hurting him, but Kron and Val are right on the back of him.
Yeah, Val's had a great race because he took most of the stint on those hards, didn't he? So, as we're going to come into the final lap, so this is going to go down to the wire. Is Deck going to have a go? He's going to have a go. He's going to have a go.
He's going to send it into this first corner.
He's going to have a go.
Before the first corner.
Oh dear. I'm getting nervous. Ooh. Both of them good clean drivers though, so this is going to be a clean fight. Boris is going to get the DRS now up to the top corner. Deck saved his ERS and he's now depleted it, and Deck's going to pull away. I wonder if Boris is going to think about the championship here. Craigo picks up 3 seconds.
Yeah, that's a great point. He probably will think about the championship. He only has probably one more chance, which will be on the next straight after the slow left-hander.
Yeah, I'm not sure Boris's battle is with Deck, if I'm honest. I think looking at where Laura's finished and Shigs is out, I think Boris may be thinking championship.
Yeah, he'll gain 35 points on those guys.
He's spun out a little bit there, spun the tyres up.
And the battle behind is heating up because Kron is incredibly close to Luke.
Boris has not give up on this. Boris has absolutely not give up on this. You can see the ERS light flashing.
Well, he hasn't got a win this season, has he? Either Boris.
Oh!
So he'll be.
That's it over. Boris, big snap. Sorry. Yeah, Deck. As we go on board with Deck coming across the finish line to take the win.
Very close to the line.
Luke takes a fantastic third. Kron in 4th. We've got Flying Boy Val had an awesome race in 5th. Equal in 6th. We've got Rodo in 7th. Huss in 8th. Captain Meisel in 9th. We had Shaq on those hards in 10th. Craigo 11th. Unlucky for him. Strategy just didn't quite work out. And we got Lauer in 12th place. Got a bit of damage on his wing. Also rounding out the top 12. So I don't know if you can invite the podium to the party, Jones. If you could do that, that would be great. I will have a look at the results for the results department. So let's have a quick look. So we got Deck in 1st, Boris 2nd, Luke 3rd, Kron 4th, Flying Boy Val in 5th, Equow in 6th, Rodo in 7th, Huss in 8th, Captain Meisel in 9th, Shack Attack 10th, Lau in 11th, Craigo in 12th, so that was different from what we saw. That must have been from the penalties. We'd got the AI of Marco in 13th, Shigs DNF, Always Rick DNF, and Evil Master DNF. So while we are waiting for the drivers to join, I think that we've got our third place finisher joining us, who is RPM Luke VDM. Are you there, Luke?
Hello.
A very good evening to you, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good. Sweating.
How was your race?
Well, in the beginning it was terrible, but at the end it worked out pretty well. Yeah, I spun and then I just hoped for a safety car, and then I got a safety car, and then I was waiting to see if Dak and Boris went in for the softs at the end, and then they got another safety car, so it helped.
So tell us a bit about the quali. It looked like you were a little bit off your normal pace in quali. Was that fair to say, or?
On the main straight, I forgot to press my DRS, so I lost 2/10.
Okay, so you were a little bit.
Some small mistakes. Yeah.
Okay, so and you started. Was you 9th when you started, or 10th?
No, 10.
10th. So you were the last driver that was stuck on the softs.
Yeah.
You're probably glad about that though, because the safety car came out just at the right time, didn't it? At the end of the softs.
Yeah, I just was into the pit lane when the safety car came out, so the two safety cars really helped my two-stop strategy today.
Yeah, it was awesome, mate. It was awesome. Colin was cheering you on massively in the chat, and I think that Craigo also came into play, because it looked like Craigo's strategy managed to, because he was battling with people, it managed to help you close that gap up a little bit.
Yeah, when I overtook and then I was 2 seconds behind, and then because he was holding them up, I could rejoin them again in the DRS. So he did very good, and in the championship, it's helping Ferrari as well. So
fantastic race, mate. Any questions from you, Jones?
Yeah. Was it when Kron spun that you lost it? I think I saw. Was it you spinning in the background?
Yeah, no, I saw Kron on the side, and I think the Haas was shocked a bit, and then he braked really early, and then I tried to avoid him, and then slowly hit the back of him, and then I spun. But
yeah, because I guess at that point you were thinking, oh, it might be curtains for the race, but obviously,
yeah.
I think it's like your third podium in a row.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So yeah, an incredible fight back.
I almost lost it again, but just managed to keep the place, so I'm happy.
You're on fire, Luke. You are on fire at the moment. Man on fire. Congratulations.
Still need to catch Boris.
Yeah, that can all turn on a sixpence, mate. Don't worry about that. Congratulations, great performance, and I think that you were in receipt of a special trophy this week as well. Do you think that helped your performance a bit?
Yeah, it gave me more confidence to go for another one. Maybe.
It gave you a few tenths.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, mate. Well, congratulations anyway. Brilliant race. So hope you enjoy the stream back. We got quite a bit of coverage on the Luke show tonight, so well done.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so our second place finisher, Mr. Metallica. Are you with us, Mr. Boris?
Yes, I am. Very well done to me and to everybody all around the world. I want to congratulate Luke and Deck. Deck was fantastic today. I knew he was gonna be a bad choice for P1 to catch. It was incredibly tough, and I did the move two laps too early, Deck, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only thing I did bad. Nevertheless, excellent race. Quali's so excellent race. No. Everything was fair play. No trouble. Soft medium was the plan. Was going for it until the last safety car, of course. And I'm over the moon with P2. Really, I'm happy to be P2, starting from 6th or 7th. and nothing else to add. GG's to Deck and to Luke, and I had fun today.
Well, thanks for that, Boris. You know what? You know what I love about when you join the podium interviews is that we don't need to ask you any questions because you just talk us through the whole race, start to finish, and we get chance for a bit of a break. So well done,
Yeah.
mate.
I was just going to say that. I was going to plead the Fifth Amendment if I've got no further questions.
So I've got one question: did Marco let you pass, or did you just pass him?
No, he didn't let me pass. He just didn't want to fight because I was on the inside, half a car in front. Let's say
Okay.
like that. We weren't in the party today, so I really don't know. I think it was like that. He saw I was on his bum, so to say. And
Yeah,
I had a
just let me just
half-
point
half
out
a
for
car
all the
lead, and I think he didn't want to fight from the outside, being half a car back. So I think it's a smart thing to do, and thanks to Marco. Well,
Okay, just for all our junior viewers, I just want to point out that when Boris says he was on his bum, he means that he was closely following him behind. So
I
thank
think I'm allowed to say bum.
you
I
are.
was choosing my
You,
words.
you are. I just want to clarify it. I don't want the trading
think-
standards.
I think he could see the exhaust very closely, couldn't he?
Yeah.
It was an awesome race, Boris. Did you, when you passed Deck, did you think that you were going to get a bit of a break, or because that was an unusual thing to do? I thought you'd have waited till the last lap. You caught us in a bit of a surprise.
I had a chance to go through to spend like 20% of my ERS, but I knew it wasn't a good idea. But I need to.
You did it anyway.
To, make the move, and I'll see what happens later.
Okay.
I will not fight dirty back, of course, but I will try to gain a tenth or two in the corners and try to make a gap of 0.7 or 8 before the DRS comes. So I may have a chance to defend that.
Well,
I
you
hope
did. You did great, mate. Absolutely great, and you've extended your championship lead because your main rivals didn't do particularly well this evening. So, so you'll be pleased when you see the scores back. So, well done, and thank you for joining us for the interview. And we will now move to our race winner, who is driving the Red Bull, Mr. Deck. How are you?
Good, very good now.
I bet you feel good after that race.
Yeah, I didn't expect that.
Talk us through it. How was it for you?
Quali was good. That was a really good surprise. I thought Boris was going to be up there in quali actually.
You thought wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, Boris. You're done now.
And
Sorry.
I was worried about probably Boris the most, so I was quite happy when I got P2 and I saw Boris down there and he was fighting for quite a while, and then the safety car came out and he was stuck behind I think people on hards as well, which done me a favour. And then I was actually going to two-stop on the mediums, and then luckily that safety car came out because after a while I figured out that Boris was just going to stay out on the mediums. So then but I was pushing already, so I was wearing the tyres down, so I kind of thought I didn't have to go to the end.
Very good,
but
mate.
luckily the
Very
safety
good
car
race.
came
It was
out.
Cron. We were unlucky to lose Cron as early as we did, because I think you,
Yeah.
Cron, and Boris would have had an absolute barnstormer of a race. But
Yeah, what happened? Did Con just lose it?
yeah, the big right, I think it was the
Yeah,
big
that's-
right.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he lost it, didn't he? Yeah.
So,
But yeah, no, great race.
what did you think when the second safety car came out?
Well, when I saw Boris behind me, I thought that was it. And then I thought, to be honest, on the last lap, I thought coming out of the long right-hander that Boris was going to get me. But did you have a moment, Boris?
Yeah, he did. Wheel spin.
On the
I had
last
a
lap?
moment on the last lap.
Yeah.
Yeah, we called it
No,
on
I
the
just called to say I love you. No, I just lost grip. I didn't want to push too hard. I was at 2 warnings. I think in the
okay.
first 5 laps or 6 laps, maybe I'm lying. I'm sorry.
I think me and Spritzy caught a little bit of a drift from you,
Yeah.
Boris, and I think
Maybe.
maybe he was just showing off the fact that he was extended his championship lead. Maybe
Yeah.
it wasn't a moment at all. It was just a bit of flamboyancy.
Before I finished the race, the last 100 meters, I did lift off and went to left right bit celebrating
Yeah,
the
yeah.
P2. That was it. I don't think
I
I lost.
didn't.
Maybe I can't remember. I'm over the moon, and with this result, this is great. To
Yeah.
be on the podium.
Same.
Well, brilliant race, guys. Congrats to you, Deck, on your win,
Thank
and
you.
congrats to
GG,
all
Deck.
the podium.
Yeah,
Awesome
yeah.
race, great race to commentate on as well. One final question for Boris, as the championship leader: are you going to win this championship without getting a race win?
What a low blow!
Well,
and it's meant to be a low
we've got
blow.
5,000 viewers watching, and they all want to know the exact same thing. Are you going to win this championship without a race win? That's what we want to know. The bookies are taking bets.
I hate Italy. I hate USA. Belgium, I might get top 5 finish. The other 2 races only with great dose of luck.
Okay, so you heard it here first. Boris is going to aim to win this championship without
Without
a race
single
win.
win.
Yeah, proving that consistency is key, something that me and Jones certainly don't know anything about. So, thank you guys. We're all finished here. We are back tomorrow evening for High Gear, where the mighty Colin is going up against FCT, the best around Bahrain. So tune in for that at 7:30. All that's left for me to say is thank you, RPM Jones, for joining me on CoComs.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
No, great stuff. And we will catch up with you soon.